I'm with Vera Baboun, the mayor of Bethlehem. Now, Vera, what's it like for you being the mayor of Bethlehem?
Challenging, meaningful, and part of a very important mission, whether towards my country or my faith.
Now, are you the first female mayor of Bethlehem?
Actually, I'm the first female mayor in Bethlehem since 1872, the first municipal council. And yes, I am the first and the only one in Palestine for this municipal council and elections, and the second in the history of Palestine.
And one of the nice things about Bethlehem and being the mayor is you have to be a Christian to be the mayor, don't you?
As I said, it's part and parcel of the mission. That is the most meaningful thing, if not nice, but meaningful. And there resides the challenge. Bethlehem is global and Bethlehem is Palestinian as well. So you have to work on both levels. And by itself is challenging as much as it is difficult, as much is meaningful and nice.
Now, Christmas is coming up very soon and you're going to be celebrating Christmas. Is this year a very special Christmas with the recognition from the United Nations?
Well, definitely. We're talking about two contradictories. The United Nations acknowledged Palestine as a state, but at the same time, Bethlehem is suffering from a besiege, suffering from a wall, suffering from a gate. Bethlehem is very small, the smallest inside, and by itself, when we talk about municipal services, we talk about development, and that needs land, that needs a lot of services, that needs a peaceful dimension.
And what special events have you got coming up for Christmas this year?
Yes, this year it is different that we started and announced the beginning of the Christmas celebrations as early as December 1st. So the enlightening of the Christmas tree in Bethlehem took place, and it was really beautiful, really gathered a lot of people from all over the area. We are conducting different activities every night from December 1st till December 30. What we looked for actually to conduct such celebrations and activities, not only for the locals and not only for the citizens of Bethlehem, but for the pilgrims, for the tourists, and still unfortunately the attendance of the tourists in our celebrations is really minimal. One important fact I need to reflect that it seems that on Christmas, people and tourists prefer to stay with their families, and thus it affects the celebration that takes place in Bethlehem. So the attendance all throughout the month, mainly at night during our activities, is not really recognizable for the tourists. And second, the real challenge in Bethlehem, that Bethlehem is a touristic city, but the attendance of tourists is not as much in relation to how much time they spend in the city. Tourists visit the Nativity 3 hours, all the schedule not more than 3 to 4 hours in Bethlehem. And even it's a movement between the bus and the Nativity, another bus, a bus and bus, and if you think of it, this is not a healthy situation as it comes to a touristic city. This is on one hand. One day that is spent in the city, we do not witness it. We do not see tourists move in the city, in its streets, talk to its people. And by the mere end, Bethlehem is not only the stones, but it is the living stones, the people. To understand Bethlehem, you need to meet its people and understand. And this is my creditable challenge. A full day in Bethlehem, walking in its streets, talking to its people, reviving its economy. Well, our hotels are fully qualified, and we have now more than 3,500 rooms. And by the end of 2014, hopefully we're going to complete our 5,000 rooms. I do acknowledge that we have tourists to spend the nights, 3 nights at least, but the hotels in Bethlehem becomes a station for night rather than a day to spend Bethlehem in. For me, it's economy and a message. To know the message and to feel it, you have to walk in the streets of Bethlehem, talk to its people. So at least we need one day. And Bethlehem is as well a historical city. We have 72 historical places in Bethlehem that hardly anyone knows about or visit. Because as per the schedule prepared, 3 hours are spent and that's it. So I think both lose in this dimension. We lose as a city, and our tourists lose a lot by not living Bethlehem as it should be.
How many tourists are you expecting this year?
Actually, last year they were 2,600,000, and this year, by the end of this year, the count will be, I think, the same, if not more.
That's great. And does it cost a lot to put on Christmas here in Bethlehem?
Because this year we have to conduct a full month of activities, yes, it costs a lot, and it is beyond the capacity of Bethlehem municipality because it's the one to lead the process. However, this year the USAID provided for all the celebrations in Bethlehem this year. Not only the USAID, but with the Bethlehem Development Foundation, Jawal Company, Tele Company, Bank of Palestine, and when we talk about the USAID, we talk about the Compete project, we talk about the Global Communities, CHF. These are the main donors for the Christmas celebrations, but the USAID was the first major amount of support.
Now, what special events will you be doing on Christmas Eve here in Bethlehem?
Actually, in relation to all the activities, they had to reflect two messages, and thus the nature of the activities was accordingly. As you know, our message for this Christmas is a Palestinian message of peace and love and hope. Thus, we confirm that Bethlehem is peace and love, but at the same time, it is Palestinian. So all our activities has to do with the religious and cultural activities by local, regional, and international groups. And on the 24th, it is the same. It is a bouquet. It is a bouquet of religious, by international, regional, and local groups.
Must be really nice to see the scouts marching through Bethlehem on Christmas Eve and then being at the church, Manger Square. Is Abbas coming this year?
This is a good question, by the way. When we talk about the 24th in specific, we talk about celebration all throughout the day. And the morning celebration differs than the night celebration. So from 9 o'clock in the morning till almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we welcome the procession of the Patriarch of Jerusalem to enter Bethlehem. And as you know, it's traditional. Usually 29 scout groups welcomes the procession and walks in front of him in the Star Street, heading towards the Nativity. So the procession of the scouts leading the procession of the Patriarch is really unique worldwide. And each has his own touch, his own music, its own... So till 3 o'clock in the afternoon as well, we have activities and celebrations in the Manger Square. In the afternoon at 6, we start the celebrations in the Manger Square that goes till midnight. And we call them the main activities, the main celebrations in the Manger Square. And the attendance is really from all tourists, pilgrims, locals, from all parts of the area. And we have the midnight mass, as you know, in the St. Catherine Church at 12 midnight. And it will be broadcasted on Palestine TV and to the whole world. So full day.
But you also have 3 Christmases as well, don't you?
Yes, actually, we have the Roman Catholic on the 24th, and we have the Orthodox on January 7th, and the Armenian as well. It ends on the 20th of January. So each is beautiful, each is active, but the main is the one on the 24th, and the city keeps the vibration all over the 3 celebrations, I think. Yeah.
So you must be very, very busy over the Christmas period.
It is, actually. And what I really concerned for, that our celebration do not remain inside the wall. This is very important. To celebrate Christmas is to celebrate the renewal of the message of peace that we highly need. And in my word, in the lighting of the tree, I said, Despite the fact that we do not literally live peace, because world and peace is a contradiction, and but still, we have to keep on our belief, adamant belief, that Bethlehem gave birth to the message of peace through the birth of our Jesus Lord, and it will remain ever. But all our celebrations and all our messages need to go beyond the wall, not to remain inside. And that's what I really appreciate your broadcast today.
And what's your message to the world from Bethlehem?
Again and again and again, Bethlehem is a message of a highly needed peace in the region, in Bethlehem, and in the world, all around the world. The Middle East suffers from presence of peace in this year and the previous years. And the meaning of the message of Bethlehem, I think, is losing its brightness. For me, this is important, mainly since us in Bethlehem, we are in adamant need for a final solution for the Palestinian cause. Now negotiations are taking place. The main message for us is we are in need for a peace on land rather than pieces of land. When we talk about the peace that is to be built now, look at ore on ground, you feel pieces of Palestine. And if not now, when? If not now, when? This is our message from Bethlehem. We need a peace on land. Palestine and Palestinians are in need to live that peace. Enough is enough. And since Kerry now is leading these negotiations, I think everybody has to carry the responsibility as well. If talking about Bethlehem per se and its globality, this means that all who believes in the message of peace are the citizens of Bethlehem, and they have a responsibility, and they have to carry this responsibility. One very important factor, if talking about Bethlehem as well, when walling Bethlehem, it is a trial, it is a way to wall its message, to besiege its message. And on ground, yes, the message of Bethlehem is walled, not only the city of Bethlehem. And when we talk about the message, we talk about universalism, we talk about humanity, we talk about global citizenship. I think each one of us has to stand to his own responsibility and to work that these negotiations come to a final solution. 63 years, I think enough is enough. What more? What more? And when I talk about us as Palestinians, I bet not a nation in the whole world has the adjectives that we carry. We are the deportees, we are the refugees, we are the besieged, we are the walled, we are the diasporic, we are. Up till when? 2/3 of our Palestinian nation is outside Palestine. We are building other nations, and we're still striving to remain. Palestine is the Holy Land as well. It's the message of holiness as well. And we, as defenders of Palestine, we are as also defenders of this human message. We should not stand alone. And this is my message to the whole world. Each stands on his responsibility toward this human message. And Palestine.
And what's your prayer for Bethlehem this year?
As I said, let us this time, when we enlighten the tree, let us not give a speech, but let us hold prayers in the moment of the enlightening, that the peace prevails, because we are in need for peace. This is the ultimate message. We suffer from the absence of peace, and we need it. Dignity is the master of all game. Dignity by peace. Aren't we in need for living this dignified peace and dignified existence? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. But the secret resides in one statement. Many listen, but few respond. And let me know how many in this whole world have the courageous heart and the listening heart able to respond.
Okay, Vera Baboun, Mayor of Bethlehem, thank you very much.
Most welcome, and Merry Christmas. And definitely we hope 2014 will be a real good year for us all.